wagons that's in the actual caravan in front of you.
Like up in the lead and stuff?
Not in the lead,
They get in the
no.
cultist caravans?
Yes, it does look like it, yeah. So I'm going to put you guys back over to the other map. Fucking Mick the Peddler. It would have been better if River Rat did it, but oh well. Alright, so this is where you guys are at. Now, the rest of the day goes by pretty much uneventful. But you do notice that the Griffin Riders are still following. I mean, it doesn't seem threatening or whatnot. I mean, you can just see that they're flying way off into the distance. And you see them like twice during the day.
And they're like circling?
No, they're not even really. They're just
like they're
off in the
looking for-
distance. It's like they're just
So they're like
flying
Okay.
around the caravan and just on the break of the horizon. So they're miles away. And they're rather
Okay.
large.
What should we know about the purpose of the Griffin Guards? What is their reason for being?
Well, they actually, I believe they are the protectors of Waterdeep.
Ah, are they protecting our caravan?
I don't know. That is, I don't know. That's interesting.
So they're not guarding those griffins like I originally thought. So good to know.
Uh-huh.
You are not stealing the griffins.
That's right. But everybody else, do they seem kind of creeped out by the Griffin Guard? Or are they as wary as we are? Or is it just like, oh, we've done this a lot of times, whatever, Griffin Guard's here?
Well,
We knew they were surprised about the
Griffin
giant
Guard
machine.
yeah, the Griffin Guard isn't as populated as it once was because there's basically just a shortage of griffins, and basically at one point they were almost extinct. It's basically the Griffin Guard of Waterdeep. It was just to protect the city. And it's the main city, basically, of the entire Forgotten Realms. Well, of the Sword Coast, anyway. But that
It's interesting.
if it's associated with Waterdeep, it's not really threatening in any way.
Okay, good deal. So we're still moving forward, right? And we're going at a pretty slow pace, or we're going at our regular pace?
Well, you travel for the rest of the day. The caravan stops. It is starting to become dusk outside, and the caravan pulls over on the side of the tradeway. It looks like all of the other the families that are in caravans are all starting to break camp for the night. The guards are starting to set up along the highway, along the tradeway. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I for one would like to go and check out the wares that the spider gnome has. The crab gnome. I can't remember what his name was, guys. My apologies.
Nick the Peddler.
Mick the Peddler, M-I-C.
Oh, of course, Mick the Peddler.
Mick
How
the
could I
Peddler.
not know that?
So Mick the Peddler's
Yeah,
there.
so I'd like to go see what he has, because he said he
he's-
had some specialty wares.
He's
and that's what I'm
wiping down
interested
his contraption. He's wiping it down, and he's got his wagon. He's got a what appears to be a little flight of steps, a little step box that he climbs up into, and you can hear him digging around. And as you get up, he jumps out and has some rags in his hand, and he starts wiping down this mechanical apparatus in front of you that he called the apparatus of Coilish.
Good evening, Mr. Peddler. Mr. Mick the Peddler.
What can I do for you? I remember you from earlier.
Absolutely. I thought I would take a look at what kind of specialty wares you have, and maybe take a closer look at this very interesting crab machine that you have.
You can look all you want, but just don't touch. It'll cost you.
It'll cost me. So if I give you some money, I could drive it around.
I don't know about that. I'm still figuring this thing out myself.
Well, how
So-
long have you had this thing?
I've had it for about, I'd say about a week now. 2 weeks. Somewhere around there.
A week.
I was
and it
striking.
runs on magic.
It runs on magic. I was working a deal with another adventuring party up in my hometown of the Thunder Tree Ruins, and I had to go to the Underdark. I struck a deal with some wizard. His name was his group mates called him the Silver Fox or some weird name. But I went to the Underdark and had to find him some spells because I've got connections down in the Underdark, being a deep gnome and all. So I found out what the Silver Fox is looking for. So now I'm back on my way up to Thunder Tree Ruins.
So interesting. If it runs on magic,
Yeah.
how do you refill magic?
I'll find out when it runs out.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so he's shining this up, Dave. I want to take a look at the metal this thing's made from. Is it like regular kind of metal, or is it special
like
underdark
iron.
silver or something awesome like that?
It's a very,
So it's
very,
like-
very solid iron. This thing is probably quite valuable.
Oh, snap.
Just from the sheer weight of the actual metal itself.
Well, after I take a look at the item, I'm kind of like surveying it like you would a used car, but I'm keeping a couple steps from it, just looking around. I'm not going to kick the tires or anything because I'm afraid I would get a gnome attack. But
She's a real beaut, isn't she?
man, yeah, it's nice. But you know what I think it needs? A racing stripe. But that's just me.
Like a horse stripe? What do I want a horse
That's
stripe
right.
on this thing for?
Straight down the. It would make it look like it goes a lot faster.
Yeah, I think you might be on
So
to
a powerful
something there.
item like this, and you're using it to drag wagons, huh?
Of
Have you ever
course.
used it in combat?
No, I have not used it. I hope I don't ever have to. I think it burrows down into the ground also. It'll dig down. I was kind of messing around with it down in the Underdark, and it was digging holes pretty good, let me tell you.
That is interesting. I really find that interesting. Well, enough about your apparatus. Let's take a look at some of the specialty wares that you have. Maybe there's something that me and my group of merchants can use.
Well, I gotta go. Well, what depends on what you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for the real good stuff, I only got a couple things, and I don't know what kind of money you got, but I got all kinds of good equipment. If you need any kind of like pythons or ball bearings or I got all the kind of good stuff. You need a nice sword. I mean, it might not be the best. It may have a little rust on it, but a
little rust on it. You're right.
Yeah, you
That's
just got to
not
shine it out. I mean, if you're experienced with weapons, you could probably polish it out. I'm just a merchant. I'm not a fighter. Even though I did, I did fight this one monster. Holy cow! This dragon had 5 heads. Oh boy, that was fun. Yeah, and then I woke up in a dream, and that was just crazy. I might not have fought
Did you
him.
just say that was fun, Fleven? Oh, that was hilarious. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll look at his wares. But Dave, if he doesn't have anything super special or magical or something like it's just unique, that's the kind of thing I think I'd be interested in, is seeing something unique like this giant crab apparatus. That's very unique to me. But if there's nothing like a trident with robot hands or something, then I'll just look around and then politely comment that everything's great and be on my way. So after I take a gander and look around for a little while, I'll go ahead and head back to the camp.
Yeah.
But I don't know for sure, but I'm looking at the map, and I don't know anything about the Trollbark Forest or the Misty Forest. Maybe I could ask this guy a little bit about that if he's used to this area. If that's dangerous. I know somebody had mentioned bandits before, so I want to ask him. So, if you're from these parts, they were mentioning that bandits have attacked. Do they attack a lot, or how many bandits, or where, or when? Give me a little bit more information on that, if you don't mind. I just want to protect my wares.
Well, that's the one thing. You're gonna have to be patient with me on that, because all I know, well, if there's any kind of trouble, I'm taking my stuff and I'm getting out of here. I'm going the other way. But all I know is that I've been told there was a couple weird guys that came in on griffins. I was supposed to be joining up with the caravan. I knew that there was one coming through here going to Waterdeep. And these guys were big. These guys were massive. And they were on these griffins. And I didn't even see who they were. They had their robes up. I didn't even see. But all I know about the Trollbark Forest is there's a bunch of trolls in there. And the Misty Forest, there's a bunch of elves. And a bunch of orcs, too. And some other stuff. But that's all I know. But I know that the bandits sometimes, they like to patrol the tradeway. And they like to rob caravans to Daggerford, and also from Daggerford to Waterdeep.
Yeah, I've heard that before. This is my first trip on the tradeway.
Ah, where are you from?
Well, thank you very.
You're a good-looking guy. What are you, an elf?
Hey, don't I know it? I give a little wink.
Oh,
Ding.
I'm sorry, you're not an elf. You're a human. I'm sorry, you kind of look like an elf. Your eyebrows are really pointy. I thought you were an elf there for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, well,
A
thank
common
you.
mistake, my good gnome.
That's right. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
That just made your day, didn't it?
That is. Now I have a little bit of bounce in my step.
So 3 decks, what do you want to do? Sis and Guy, how about you?
I'm gonna see if Mick the Peddler with his giant mechanical crab is interested in my small mechanical spider that moves only when it's not watched.
Oh, what? You got a little small mechanical spider?
It seems like your kind of thing, judging from the giant mechanical crab.
I got something that would be. Do you like tradesies? I'd love to trade.
Depends what's up for trade.
Mick goes back to the back of his wagon. You can hear a bunch of, it sounds like tin cans rustling around. You can see, several things flying out of the back of the wagon like a torch sconce. Several, mugs come flying out the back. And he goes, you can hear him in there. And then all of a sudden you hear the wagon shakes really bad. And then you hear a bunch of stuff just fall. And then he says, I'm all right. Thanks for asking. And then he says, I found this thing. I'm going to get me a mechanical spider. And he heads out of the back of the wagon. And he has this weird looking, it looks like a horn in his hand. And he's wearing some weird cap, like a leather. It looks like an airman's cap, some fluffy furrings on the. And then he's also carrying with this wand. He with this horn. He's got this wand, and he says, "If that thing works, I'll give 2 of any of these items that I have here, and we'll call it a fair trade. How about that?" Huh?
It only moves when it's not being watched, though, and I haven't managed to figure it out.
What is that?
I'm not very.
Explain to me now what this thing does. You said it was a mechanical spider, right?
It is, but it only moves when it's not being watched, and I don't know why. I'm not very good with machines. I'm more of a nature kind of person.
But you guarantee it works, huh? Does it take
Either that or I'm
commands?
going slowly insane.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I hope you're not going insane. I'll tell you what. I'll let you choose 2 of these items. This helm here. I think it gives you some kind of... I think it gives you some kind of breathing underwater. In fact, oh wait! I think I might... No! You said it only works when it's not being watched, so how am I gonna know that it's working? I'm getting like a clunker. Are you trying to pull one over on me?
I just figured you'd know poses since you were better with machines than I.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah, go ahead.
So he starts to take a look at this, and
He says, where did you get this?
Early in my travels, I heard scuttling sounds, and when I managed to track the sound down, I saw this spider. I first thought it was a normal spider that somehow armored itself, but after closer examination, it is not natural by any means.
This looks like a little tiny mechanical spider of Loth. The drow god. The queen herself. The queen bitch, they call her. Yeah. Oh, this is like a little... This is a little... You see that little symbol there? That's the symbol of Loth. Oh, this is definitely drow made. Oh, I could... Yeah, I'll give you 2 items for it. Yeah. Yeah. So he says, I'll give you the cap, and I got this horn. I think the cap lets you breathe underwater. I think the last time I tested it, it puts some kind of like bubble around your head. But it works pretty good. I don't know if I'd trust it, though. I would trust it, I guess. And I got this horn, but don't blow it. Don't blow it. Well, you can blow it. But I heard from tales and legends that if you blow this horn, it could really hurt a bunch of orcs. But then again, there's a chance that thing could blow up on you, too. I don't know, but yeah, some Laura called it like the horn of blasting or something. I don't know, some crazy horn. Then I got this wand. This wand is pretty cool. I actually got this with the scroll of fireball I was looking for that silver fox guy. And this is a wand of magic detection and identification. It's an all-in-one. It's a really cool item. But I'd really like to have that spider, you see. And I think we could probably work a deal. Because I'm always down in the Underdark, trading with the drow, you know, with the Duergar. Yeah, I could probably fetch something pretty good down there for this. So that's why I'm offering you 2 of my magic items. And these are the creme de la creme that I have.
Well, I'll definitely take the wand.
Nice choice. The horn's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, I'm assuming my party's still around me somehow.
yeah,
Any opinions?
I think everybody's there. And he's like kind of petting the spider a little bit.
Nice spider. Yeah.
Any opinions, party people? I think it just died.
Is anybody else here? Or is it anybody else?
Yeah,
What do you guys say?
I'm here.
I'm here.
So,
You guys,
helm of water breathing or horn of
Horn of blasting.
blasting.
The guy said I would. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say horn of blasting, just because I had heard that the Misty Forest might have some orcs in it, and if that thing scares away orcs, I'm all for it. I don't think there's a lot of water breathing from here to there. Although the place is
Yeah,
called
I'll
Waterdeep, so maybe that makes sense.
Do you plan go swimming in the ocean? Is that what you plan? But yeah, I was asking for the wand of identification and magic detection and horn
All
of
right.
blasting.
Okay. Good choices. Good choices.
When I looked, he didn't have shit. Now you look, and he's got all kinds of stuff.
You didn't ask, knucklehead. I'll tell you what, Mr. Elf/human looking guy. Well, human but elf looking guy. Mr.
You
I'm
can
gonna
call
call
him
you. I will call you Pointy Eyebrows, Mr. Pointy Eyebrows. Yeah, they're even more pointier than mine. As he kind of puts his finger over his eyebrow. I'll give you this cap, but you're gonna owe me a favor down the line. How about that,
Cat for a favor.
Mr. Pointy Eyebrows?
That sounds like a great deal.
Well, I'm trying to liquidate some stuff. You know, I'm trying to liquidate a little bit.
It's all about the inventory. I would absolutely love the cat to the cap for a favor.
Okay. So he takes the cap off of his head and he throws it at you. Now, this is the wand of magic detection and identification. All right, this is something that I took two magic items and I combined them together. So this is the wand of magic detection and identification. This wand has 4 charges, and while holding it, you can expend 1 charge of the 4 charges as an action to cast either detect magic or identify from it. And every day, the wand regains 1d4 expended charges daily at dawn. Pretty cool item. So, the next thing I'm going to give you the card for.
Dave, can I ask a quick question
sure.
about this one? So if we use up all 4 charges, it doesn't deplete. It just recharges the next day.
Every day.
Okay.
That's it, yeah. Here's the Horn of Blasting. So, you guys, here's the Horn of Blasting, because, you guys are going to be, finding out what this stuff is anyway later tonight, so I'm just going to give you this stuff right now. So, the Horn of Blasting, you can use as an action to speak the horn's command word, and whoever has this horn, you get to choose the command word. So, I want to know, I even want to know what your command word is going to be. So, when you speak the horn's command word, and then you blow the horn, it emits a thunderous blast in a 30-foot cone that is audible 600 feet away. Each creature in the cone must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. Now, when that target fails, it will take 5d6 thunder damage and is deafened for 1 minute. Pretty awesome. Now, on a successful save, the creature will only take half as much damage and will not be deafened. But creatures and objects made of glass and crystal have disadvantage on saving throws and will take 10d6 thunder damage instead of 5d6. So just remember, there's objects like glass potions and stuff. They'll have to make saving throws if they're in that cone. So I just want you guys to... You could shatter glass vials. Now, each use of the horn's magic has a 20% chance of causing the horn to explode. Remember, Mick told you that. It had a chance to explode. Now, the explosion will deal 10d6 fire damage to the blower, and it will destroy the horn. So, you have this awesome horn. It could do a lot, but it's risky having. But it's definitely an awesome item, and that's the Horn of Blasting. Now, the last thing that Mick gave to you, Tiberius, is the Cap of Water Breathing. Okay? Now, the Cap of Water Breathing, and you owe him a favor for this, by the way.
No problem, as it's not anything naughty.
Here's the Cap of Water Breathing. While wearing this cap underwater, you can speak its command word as an action to create a bubble of air around your head. It allows you to breathe normally underwater, and this bubble stays with you until you speak the command word again, and then or if the cap is removed, or if you're no longer underwater. So, pretty cool hat.
That is awesome.
Just don't speak the command word underwater, and you'll be okay. But I guess you could, on your next action, speak it again and start breathing. So, because it doesn't say there's
my
X amount of
command word's
charges
gonna
per
be,
day.
My command word's going to be, "Oh crap, I'm drowning."
Oh crap,
just to
I'm
make
drowning.
sure.
Nice.
Yeah, all one word. Because that way, if I accidentally forget that I have it on, and I'm like, "Oh crap, I'm drowning," then it'll kick off automatically.
So, whoever's going to have these items, you can put those in brackets on your character sheet. So basically, if you want to put them in the where I have all the magic items on your character sheet, you can just scroll down, and where there's where it says head slot, hand slot, neck, ring, so and so. You can put those links in the miscellaneous slots, except for your headpiece. You can put the headpiece in the head slot there.
All right, thanks. Well, if it's okay with everybody, since mine was kind of a signed, I did the trade. I'll take this cap of water breathing. I don't need anything else, especially something that might just blow up if I do it wrong.
And you're gonna owe me one too. And I'll collect somewhere down the line. I'm sure our
Somewhere
paths
down the
will
line,
meet
no
again.
problem.
Mm-hmm. So says the dungeon master.
Crap.
Oh, jeez.
I feel sorry for you, Siberius.
Why? I mean, he sounds like a nice guy.
He found you very pretty.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he did. He actually kind of liked your pointed eyebrows.
Hey, who doesn't?
The silence.
Silence, yes. I mean, in the pretend game.
So here's some cool thing. Well, are you gonna keep? What's the command word for your horn gonna be? You could just you probably write that down somewhere. Just keep track of it.
Yeah. It's probably going to be Fusroda, just for the reference.
Whoa, who? Fusrodad?
Just for the reference. Yeah, Fusroda.
So what does that mean?
In Skyrim, it's the dragon shout, like the first one you learn.
Ooh, Fusrodal. Okay. Fusrodo, or Rodal. Very cool. So you got this cap, the horn, and the wand of magic detection. Mick the Peddler, he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to get some dinner here. You guys can go do your thing. I'll catch up with you a little later. And don't forget, Mr. Pointy Eyebrows. You owe me one down the line.
And he just kind of climbs back into his wagon, and stuff starts, rattling around again. The whole thing starts shaking. Fusrodo. So it's Fusrodo, huh? Gotcha. So what do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? You guys are, camp is breaking all around. You guys are several days away from Daggerford. You've got, I'd say you probably got about another 5-6 days to go.
I break into the wine case and start drinking and go to sleep after saying my prayers to my God.
All right.
Citizen Guy, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
Is anyone wanting to examine the other carriages, since we've only looked at one so far?
I think that's a great idea. If I'm gonna, I'll just. I don't need to do it because I'm pretty much a loser.